been getting ahead on making gifts for Christmas thanks to hashtag a gift to November. And you are. These are not your typical Christmas gifts. So let me show you what's inside. But before I do, let me just kind of draw a little picture for you. Imagine you've had a stressful day and all you want is something warm and snuggly. So you heat up some soup in the microwave, throw your warm and fuzzy slippers on, and settle in on your favorite chair by the fireplace. You feel 100% at ease and comforted. That feeling of support, warmth, and comfort is a feeling that I want to give to all of my friends and family this Christmas. And I was actually happy to get a head start on all of this gift making stuff thanks to the A Gift to November challenge that is being led by So Like Dottie and Adam Sews. And there's still time for you to jump in and participate in the challenge. All you need to do is make something up this month for a gift, and you post it to Instagram using the hashtag A Gift to November, and you tag either So Like Dottie or Adam Sews, and it enters you in for a prize. So it couldn't be any easier than that. Now you might be asking, yeah, but what did you make? Okay, let me show you what's inside. Okay, so inside my drawstring bag, there is this fuzzy item that everyone's going to wonder about. And then there is also a bowl cozy with a bowl inside as well. Now I'm going to put the links to all of the patterns and everything that I purchased in the description box below, so make sure you're checking that for anything that's mentioned here. You've got the bowl cozy and the bowl that fits in there. Now, your friends and family might actually need to know that they can put this entire thing in the microwave, which is actually where the magic is. So they can just unwrap their little jar of soup that you've given them, and I've actually wrapped it in fuzzy socks so that way, one, it doesn't break because nobody wants a chipped bowl, and two, you can use the fuzzy socks on your feet afterwards. But I digress. Take the soup, pour it into the bowl, put the entire thing with the cozy into the microwave, and heat it up for however long you want it to be. I like to put a little paper towel over the top of my bowl just because I don't like to clean up my microwave from all that popped soup everywhere. But hey, if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me. And then when you go to pull out your soup from the microwave, that bowl cozy is not hot at all. So it's the perfect thing to just kind of snuggle in close with a spoon and eat your soup out of. It's perfect, you all. Now let's talk about the bowl cozies that I made. I went and downloaded a free pattern from Made for Mermaids, and they actually have two different styles. They have the ones with the rounded corners, which is the one that I liked and used for all of my cozies, and then they have the one with the pointed corners. So make one, make both. It's up to you. What I like about this pattern is that it has all of the darts already in there, and it also has the stitch lines, which I didn't exactly follow. I just stitched this under my machine from one edge to the other, not really marking it out because I didn't care if the stitches actually crisscross directly in the middle or not. I mean, if they did, perfect. If not, nobody's going to notice anyways. There's going to be a bowl in these things. And I made all of these bowl cozies using stash fabrics that I actually already had in my closet here. These were all the parts that, little bits and pieces that were just a bit too small to use for other things. I just went ahead and made bowl cozies out of them, and it was perfect. I did try two different types of batting on the inside. So I used the Pellon Wrap and Zap that's made to be in the microwave and heated up. It's all 100% cotton, and really you want to make sure that everything you use, from the thread to the batting and the fabric, is 100% cotton because you really don't want to light the house on fire. And then I also tried a different batting that is called Dreamer's Cotton, which is this 100% pure batting. And to tell you the truth, I prefer the cheaper Dream Cotton to the Pellon Wrap and Zap. The Wrap and Zap was actually a whole lot thicker than the regular Dreamers cotton. And so I found that when it came time to actually turning and top stitching the edges here, it was just, it was a lot of thickness there with the extra batting. So that's something that I didn't quite appreciate. But also, I have different size bowls in my home. So I have bowls that are this size, and then I also have bowls that are this size. And you can see one will fit in the other, right? I could not fit this bowl into my bowl cozy using the Wrap and Zap one just because it was so thick. It took away some of that extra space there, right? However, when I use the thinner Dreamers cotton, it does fit in there pretty nicely without any issues. So I do prefer the Dreamers cotton just because it can accommodate a bunch of different size bowls without you having to jump through the hoops. Now, if all you have is a Wrap and Zap, the workaround that I found for that was by actually just shortening the darts on the pattern. What I did was I took my pattern and folded it in half, and then I shortened those darts by about 3/8 of an inch on both sides, and I redrew those darts in. And that actually provided a little more space for my larger bowls. So that's always a workaround that you could do. The bowls that I'm including with each of the different cozies were actually just purchased as a kit of 6 from Amazon. Again, everything I'm mentioning is down in the description box below, so you can find all of that. And then I also purchased fuzzy socks from Amazon as well. But if you really do want to make your own socks, Ellie and Mac has a free sock pattern that you could try out. I haven't made them because I have no desire to make socks, but if you want to make your own fuzzy socks, go for it. So I picked up a bunch of these fuzzy socks to wrap my soup jars in, so that way they're not clinging against the bowls and breaking them, because really nobody wants a chipped bowl. So there's a sock with the soup in it placed inside the bowl, which all then just gets placed into a stash bag. Now let's talk about the stash bags real quick, because these are really just your typical drawstring bags, and I like to use up whatever fabric I have in my closet. I mean, isn't that the best when you can make use with the things that you already have? And I've made these from both stretch wovens and regular woven fabrics. But I mean, I don't see why you couldn't do this with a knit either. This stash bag is 13 by 5, but this one is 9.5 by 12, and it's also a good size. So go ahead and make up the size that you want. If you need a tutorial, check out my last video here that I did. It's a silly little stash bag video. Be prepared to laugh your butt off at me. Honestly, when I sit down to make stash bags, I tend to make a whole bunch of these at one time. And I use them all the time. I use them year round, and I even use them for my products. So if a customer purchases a custom leather hat, for example, I'll send it off to them in a stash bag as a dust bag. So these things come in handy all of the time. Now, if you really want to make these gifts super special and super cozy, you could even consider including a nice hooded little blanket for someone to wrap themselves up in while they're eating their soup and wearing their fuzzy little socks. Now, I'm not going to be making any hooded blankets this year, but I'll tell you what, I would really love to have one for my soup eating. And I noticed that Agatha over at Agatha's Cottage, she made a really cute version that I thought would be a really nice addition to these comfort kits. Let me know in the comments below what you think would also make a nice addition to these comfort kits. Oh, and before you leave, make sure that you check out this video right over here, which is actually a tutorial that I did last year on how to make a magic pillowcase. It's one of those really fun pillowcases that don't have any visible seams and stuff, and they're so much fun to make, and they come together pretty quickly. So check out that video, and I'll see you over there.